Give an outro for the YouTube? Yeah, well, please subscribe if you like this kind of content. Please subscribe if you like this kind of content. Ring that bell too. Let's go. All right. Rush Limbaugh is reacting to the... Oh, yeah. Hogwatch is in effect now, boys. Rush Limbaugh is reacting to the inauguration with conspiracy theories. Let's take a look at what he had to say. I cannot believe this dude is still alive and choosing to do this.
Here, we're going to try to get through the day here as best we can. And I'm watching these people as they have assembled on the stage for the inauguration of plugs. And this inauguration looks like what you would expect from a one-party state. This inauguration looks like the Chinese Olympics, with hundreds and hundreds of flags to replace people who were not allowed to show up. Now, why do you think people were not allowed to show up? Well, people aren't allowed to show up because of COVID. People aren't allowed to show up because of the threats of the National Guard might open fire on everybody. That's not why. The reason they put up all these replacements for people is that I don't think they were confident a bunch of people would show up for this. Because I think they know. I think they know that they are not.
Wait, I mean, yeah, I don't think a lot of people would show up regardless. I mean... Bro, people stormed the fucking streets when Joe Biden won, first of all. When it was, like, confirmed all across the country, people still could not hold back their sense of joy and rush to the streets and fucking did dance parties and shit. And it was not the sensible thing to do. Like, people definitely hated Donald Trump. I think that they probably would have still filled that shit up pretty easily, but it's not in their best interest. Even if it wasn't for the DC streets being filled up with people because they're afraid of COVID, that's still a reasonable fear to have. And guess what doesn't matter? Any of those things, because ultimately Joe Biden won by millions of fucking votes. You could say that those millions of voters voted against Donald Trump and not for Joe Biden. You could say that, and that is true. A big chunk of them did. I myself am one of those people, but it doesn't matter.
But I think all of these people have souls, and they all have deep, dark crevices where they engage in deep thoughts about themselves. And I think when they go there, I think that a number of them actually have to admit that they've dodged a bunch of bullets here. And this is the big one. I think they know with 74 million, maybe 80 million people who did not vote for Joe Biden, there is no way they can honestly say to themselves that they represent the power base of the country. They're going to have to take it. They're going to have to hold on to it and never let go of it. They have not legitimately won it. Now, I'm on thin ice saying...
No, you can only win an election legitimately if you voted for Republicans. That's how it works, guys. Guys, it's technically morally consistent. It's within the realm of his fucking moral system. If that's unironically what he believes. And a lot of Republicans actually believe this. Like, they're just literally like, they went from, oh, we should stop poor people from like kind of voting and black people from voting, as best as we can without openly saying it, to like, no. Every Democratic vote is an illegitimate vote. And only Republican votes are legitimate votes. That's why Marjorie Taylor Greene, who was on the same fucking ballot as Donald Trump, was contesting the results of the election. And when faced with a question like, well, what about your election, which was on that exact same fucking ballot, she was like, oh, no, I'm not talking about me. I'm just talking about the presidential one. It's the same ballot, you dumb hog. It's literally just like, no, only votes cast for Republicans are legitimate and only votes cast for Democrats are illegitimate. It's it. Same machine, same ballots. Only fucking Donald Trump's election was contestable and wrong because she won. Hold on. Okay, let's finally watch this shit now. Okay, here. I promised you the MAGA woman.
President Trump, if you see this, please save us. I don't even see our American flag anymore. Biden's talking with some kind of crazy flag.
What?
This is America.
Wait, what did she see? Oh, no. Oh, she's high as giraffe pussy off that Trump copium, dude. Oh, my Lord, dude.
This is our land.
Is she mad she didn't see the Confederate flag, dude? I couldn't even see the Confederate flag.
Please, President Trump, please. I hope you have a plan. But God, please save us. Save us from the devil, please. Y'all, I'm about to have a panic attack.
Bro, at first I thought this was fake, but this ain't Meryl Streep. She can't be fucking faking that voice crack, dude. Those are real tears. Those are real tears, man. Oh, they're delicious. Num 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 num.
This is our country. Our country. This is awful. God, please save us, please.
So salty and so delicious, dude. Those tears taste like McDonald's lard and salt, dude. Those tears is what makes the McDonald's fries so great, dude. It's got that same special sauce in them.
It was all set up. It was staged.
I think Antifa is responsible for that. I think Nancy Pelosi had something to do with that, and the Democrats.
It's like, oh, it's actually Antifa that did it. Okay, but do you think it was all right for people to storm the Capitol because that's what Donald Trump wanted? Yes. So Antifa's doing something good? No, Antifa did it, so it's bad.
You think he's going to still be president a week from now?
Oh, yeah. 100. I'll eat a shoe. I'll eat a shoe on camera if he's not.
I know Trump won. Who do you think?
God is in charge of this. Not Trump, not us. God Almighty in Jesus' name.
Seems like God wanted a fucking corpse to win then, I guess, because that's what happened.
It was Antifa first starting all, before we even got there. They were already there starting all the violence.
Lots of joy, dancing. And President Trump, he knew that, I guess Antifa, he had some intel that they were coming, so he waited. He made us wait in the freezing cold.
We still came, even despite what they were doing, and brought a peaceful movement in.
I mean, you're calling your own people Antifa. Like, if it helps you cope, that's one thing. But you're literally calling your own diehard loyalists Antifa at this point.
We were just peacefully entering the nation's capital, and then all the violence was Antifa.
No, because I can't say that entering and breaking and entering, just like we've talked about, is, exactly a peaceful act. But Antifa came to start off the violence and kind of like kick it off. And people, unfortunately, followed suit and kind of ran with that.
Yeah.
So all of these people that are being arrested are all Antifa, huh? Like those who are saying, like, I'm a supporter of Donald Trump, like that real estate lady who flew in on a private jet, who literally is like, I'm a Trump supporter. I went there to support Donald Trump. And I think Trump should fucking pardon me. Like, she's Antifa. Proud Boys leader Joe Biggs, Antifa. QAnon shaman who's been an avid and rabid, if you will, Trump supporter, Antifa. It's just everybody's Antifa. Everyone that got caught because they were very openly, loudly, proudly, and boldly, if I might add, talking about how they were doing crimes, because that's the level of entitlement that they had, not wearing masks even, and live streaming themselves doing crimes. They were all Antifa.
The cops moved out of the way. They moved the barriers. You can see the video if you look for it. The Victory Channel online and other stations like yours show the truth. And the cops waved them through. I mean, who wants to go into the Capitol? If I say, hey, come on, let's go into the Capitol. Follow me. You're in a police uniform. Who's not going to go?
Yeah.
The police were Antifa as well, I think. Oh no, folks. Devastating. A quick commercial break. Twitch partner Donald Trump has been banned from Twitch. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's over.
The algorithms of the mathematics of the votes are just simple to tell that somebody did it. And it's all coming out. President Trump is a genius when it comes to chess and with poker. He's got a royal flush of information. When do you play your hand when you play poker?
That's so sad. This is so sad, dude. It's awesome. This is exactly what it's like when I hear Trump supporters in my fucking chat say like, shut the fuck up, you stupid bitch, or whatever, and I click on their profile to see what they were saying on the day of the election, or to see what they were saying like on the day of the confirmation, or to see what they were saying on the day of the authorization of the electoral college votes. And it's always this: Trump is fucking brilliant. He's gonna win. He's your president, lol. It's great.
When do you play? If you got a great hand, when do you play?
The river.
You play your hand at the very last second.
What a brilliant trap to like allow to be ritually humiliated every day for an entire month as you contest the results of an election that you lost. Of course, a part of the trap. As a part of the trap, of course, you lost, so that you can relive that defeat over and over again, and then finally lead a hog insurrection in which five of your supporters, as far as we know, the cop might not have been a supporter, or he might have been. We don't know. Very statistically likely that he was a supporter as well. Die, and then you have to cuck yourself and apologize and call your very same super stands who were acting on your interest, trying to please you and make you happy, terrorists and Antifa. Oh my God. Oh, this is going to be good. Trump voters explain voter fraud by Hugo Chavez rigging the election.
Stolen from we the people. So the same voter machines that they use in Venezuela, they use over here so they can steal the elections. That's why Hugo Chavez said congratulations to Joe Biden even before he won the election, because he knew.
Hugo Chavez said congratulations to Joe Biden. From the afterlife. Knowing that if, or did he say it while he was alive? After Obama's second term, which is the last thing that he saw, like the beginning of Obama's second term, he knew that like another president would come and then inevitably Joe Biden would be president or something? Like what do they mean by this? This is the moment where conservatives would be like, that's a straw man. But like, here is one of your own, one of your kind, saying Hugo Chavez is congratulating Joe Biden, even though he died many years ago.
Tell me about the voter fraud that went on.
Well, one of the things that I can tell you is that we saw it live on every news station. We saw every news station show and broadcast multiple people being arrested for voter fraud. So I don't.
Wait, what? What channels are these psychos watching? I'm so confused. Like, where did fucking Newsmax and like One American News Network or whatever just show like stock footage of people being arrested or something? Like, and say like, these are all people. Like, look, folks, hold on. I'm about to be owned. Never mind. I was wrong, folks. Here it is. Here it is, folks. I'm being told that Newsmax has obtained footage live of people who are arrested for voter fraud irregularities, and they're being punished right now, right in front of our eyes. Never mind. Get owned, liberals. Notice the Antifa uniforms supplied by George Soros. Yes, exactly. And the bucket hats. They're all wearing the same thing because they're Antifa.
Mainstream media showed people being arrested for voter fraud.
They were arrested on TV.
Yes, or they were reported by the news. Some of them weren't actually caught in the moment, but the news still reported so-and-so was arrested for voter fraud.
The hilarity of this is immeasurable, because nearly all of the actual coverage around voter fraud in the aftermath was about how Donald Trump and Republicans lied about the extent of voter fraud, as they consistently have, and how the people that actually engaged in voter fraud were most notably Republican. And it was usually like 2 or 3 people, none of which were actually arrested. And that most of the voter fraud cases that Donald Trump brought forward, like that woman in Georgia, for example, was actually just a person voting who took on their husband's last name as their middle name. And that they were very much alive and not committing voter fraud and legally voting. So that was the real evidence on voter fraud. Free bans for any negative post. Please don't clog the site up. This is not over. Have patience. Take care of your mental health today, friends. Nothing makes me happier than seeing the copium that is taking place in these circles right now, where they're literally engaging in self-care. I guess it was a lot of fun for Republicans to just sit around and make fun of, people wearing pussy hats and shit as they lost their fucking minds, as people were like upset about Donald Trump winning 4 years ago, because goddamn, it feels fucking good. They were fucking right, dude. Folks, get some healing crystals. Open up a box of Chardonnay. Make a bubble bath for yourself, folks, because the pedophile deep state cabal has won. Like, that's so funny that that's their QAnon saying they need to do self-care sweaty is never not going to be funny, because on the other side they're like, I have my box wine and I'm really really trying to engage in some self-care right now, sweetie. Why? Because the deep state pedophile intergalactic vampire conspiracy has won. Lots of anger in the QAnon group chats, with many people saying they want to throw up as they realize mass arrest won't happen. If you or someone close to you is reconsidering QAnon after they, my DMs / email willsummer@thedailybeast are open. Fuck this sham. I am good. I want to puke. Fuck. Just think about it this way. I want to talk about someone right now. I want to talk about Ashley Babbitt, 35-year-old San Diego resident who was a 14-year veteran of the Air Force. Ashley Babbitt believed in QAnon. She believed that Donald Trump had her best interest at heart, and she flew to the Capitol, and she got shot, was dead a couple hours after. She was carried out in a carrier from the Capitol. She believed in QAnon. She was a fucking QAnon supporter. Look where that got her. If she hadn't been on Facebook forums, like the ones that are frequented by some of your parents, some of the people that you know in your lives, she would not have been fucking clapped at the Capitol. She wouldn't be sieging those halls. And it's sad. Look at these fucking people. They legitimately think that, like, QAnon was real up until this moment. Where's the damn storm? What happened? Why didn't the plan work? I feel stupid. Like, the goal should be to prevent more Ashley Babbitts from happening. The goal should be to prevent that kind of insurrectionist siege that occurred from happening. What the fuck did QAnon actually believe was going to happen today? I think QAnon supporters believe in a charcuterie of conspiracies. So they all have their own pick of the litter. Like, some of them believe that, today was the day of action, the day of reckoning, finally, because it's the last physical day that the day of action could have happened. What unites them all is that there's a deep state cabal, and anyone who opposes Donald Trump is a part of it. Doesn't matter if they're Republican or Democrat. Every Democrat is a part of it. CIA, FBI, this deep state cabal of intergalactic pedophile vampires, basically. They believe that the day of action was going to happen where Donald Trump was going to arrest all of these people and kill them, shoot them for treason. And yes, they do believe that. Some of them might be flat earthers. Some of them might believe in other conspiracy theories. Some of them might be anti-vaxxers. A lot of them are. Almost all of them are anti-maskers. But the thing that united people that believe in QAnon was that there was going to be a day of action where Donald Trump and his patriots were going to arrest everyone who has engaged in this deep state pedophile conspiracy and shoot them for treason. And it didn't happen. What percentage of cops and soldiers in the Capitol do you think are QAnon? I saw some wearing InfoWars merch. Brother, I can't remember if it was the chief of police in New York City or if it was the head of the PBA that had a QAnon mug when he was giving interviews on Fox News. Like, QAnon is deeply embedded in the police force because QAnon is deeply embedded within the Republican Party, or at least the voters of the Republican Party. 84% of cops said in 2016 that they would vote for Donald Trump. I have no reason to believe that that number got smaller. I believe that percentage went higher. Cops are Republicans. Like, they have been and they will be. And it's not, it's not surprising. Ron Watkins, the former 8-cunt administrator who helped keep QAnon afloat for years and someone suspected of being Q himself, is throwing the... Oh, wow. Code Monkey. We gave it our all. Now we need to keep our chins up and go back to our lives best as we are able. We have a new president sworn in and is our response. What the fuck? People believe Ron Watkins is the guy who kept QAnon alive, by the way, and suspected him of being Q himself, or like taking over Q himself. They're grifters, right? Like, everyone saw this as an opportunity to manipulate a bunch of people. And honestly, it's like multi-level marketers and like Herbalife salesmen going after Mormons. You know what I mean? There have been plenty of studies done on this where people who are in more insulated religions are way more susceptible to multi-level marketing schemes and shit like that. So QAnon is an environment ripe for people looking for answers, is an environment ripe for grifters to come in and just like sell whatever the fuck they're selling. So I think this dude who makes a living off of doing creating uncensored pornography for Japan in the Philippines. That is what he does, by the way. That's what Ron Watkins makes his bread on, which, by the way, I think is an honorable cause. I think Japanese porn should be uncensored. It is a crime against humanity. But this man who makes a living off of shooting uncensored Japanese adult videos in the Philippines, it took over 8chan and 8kun and basically kept it alive and took over Q2. And did the Q drops himself, or people suspect that he did the Q drops himself. He was the person who is most likely to be the person who donned the role of Q.